Hey, Joe, hockey's back.
Better yet. Hey, Devin, hockey's back, man. How's the offseason been?
It's been good. We stayed in Mini a little longer and went back beginning of June. Summer was good. It was a little smoky back in Kelowna. A lot of forest fires there, so it was kind of weird for the summer. Smoke rolled in, and it was like a month and a half of there were some crazy days there. It felt like Armageddon or The Walking Dead some days.
That's Minnesota Wild goaltender Devan Dubnyk. Hockey is back with training camp. Can you believe it? He's our featured guest on today's episode of the One Hunnit Podcast. On today's episode of the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
Some new things and some old things.
Dude, we're going to get into this Sam Bradford knee injury talk. It is not looking promising. At least we're a little bit nervous when we're recording this right now.
My man, the Twins are red hot.
Buxton, walk-off. Rosario, walk-off. Gophers about to be 3-0.
Hey, man, college football, NFL. Great time of the year.
You're in the One Hunnit Podcast.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 100 now.
Yo, what's up, Irvin Santana?
Hey, what's up? This is Irvin Santana, and you're listening to 100 Podcast.
Yeah, man. We've got the guest today. We got plenty to talk about, Remy. Do you want to say hi to anybody, like your best friend, Jamal Crawford, who I guess you were texting with again over the weekend?
Yeah, man, we was hanging out last night. What up, Jamal?
What's up, Jamal Crawford?
What's up? This is Jamal Crawford from the Timberwolves, and you're listening to the 100 Podcast. Holla.
Man, I'm a little late on the buttons today.
That's all right.
But you know what? We record this show just straight. There ain't a whole lot of editing going on.
Nah.
But when we do edit, we make it special features. And if you just go into Podbean, iTunes, or wherever you're subscribing or downloading our podcast from, today you're getting a brand new special feature. We're calling it 101.
So wait a minute. 100 Podcast is about keeping it real.
Yeah, man.
All the way real.
All the way real.
So 101 must be beyond that.
It's beyond real. It's deep, meaningful. Think ESPN 30 for 30, but Minnesota sports angles. We go deep inside Devan Dubnyk's mind, and you can download that thing separately on our player.
Absolutely. Not only are you going to get one tight, hot, fire episode each week, you might get two.
You might get two. And if you have suggestions on who you want us to do a 101 feature on, or just have a guest on the show, feel free to email us 100podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the new things for the GoMN 100 Podcast. Listen, man, we blazing trails.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the show, and we're going places.
But nobody tunes in to hear you or me.
No, they want to hear our guests.
Man, let's get to the goalie.
All right, man, let's talk to Devan Dubnyk. Let's do this hockey thing
Let's
right.
go, man. What up, wow?
All right, Devin, man. So tell me about this, because I'm looking at training camp, and you guys have a game on Monday already. Is it as much of a grind as other sports are, or are you just glad to be back?
Yeah, it's always exciting. It's nice to, as you get older, you kind of learn to relax right up until the start, and you know how to properly prepare for it. It's the same thing. It can be a little bit of a grind for everybody, and it's good though. You need that time to get back and get into the games. I mean, when you start playing games again, those preseason games, it's important to take those games and to use them just to remember what it's like to get to the rink and to get prepared for a game and being on the ice. Just every little thing you got to use and get back into it so that when it comes time for regular season, everything is feeling normal again.
Hey, Devin, coming out of training camp, you guys are grinding, and obviously what I'm learning being in Minnesota now for 7 years is it's the state of hockey for real. And, I got a lot of friends that play hockey. I got a lot of friends with kids that play hockey. Matter of fact, a buddy of mine has a friend who's a goalie.
Yeah.
And he's, I think he's 8 or 9 years old. And he's kind of a beast at 9 years old.
Little Brock, what up?
Yeah, Little Brock. What up, Steve? But you got any tips or pointers for parents with goalie kids and kind of what workouts or training or anything that they should be doing?
Well, it's tough. It's a little different because I work out differently now than I did when I was younger. But goalie's a unique position. I mean, you need to be in great shape. It's a different kind of shape than a forward. But for me now, it's all about working on all the little muscles in your core, around your hips. Stimulating yourself neurologically for coordination purposes, and mainly just keeping that like I said, your core is strong, and all those muscles in and around your hips for both injury prevention, and I mean those are the things that keep you stable and strong in the net. So it's fun to work out that way. It's very, very specific what I do and what I do in the summer. But I've learned as I got older that those are the kind of things that are gonna help me perform come the season.
Dev, I got a son that plays Division I football, and they throw heavyweight around in the weight room, always banging around, making loud noises and stuff. I mean, is hockey that type of workout where you a lot of heavy weightlifting, or is it a different type of workout, a lot of core, cardio type stuff? I mean, what's the difference?
I don't do a lot of heavy lifting. Like I said, it's not for me. It's about, we do a ton of body weight stuff, and it's crazy how strong you can get just doing body weight stuff. But it's how you do it, and it's not. I'm not talking about standing there doing body weight squats. I mean, it's not gonna help you get super strong by any means. But almost every exercise that we do involves stability and core. I mean, if we're doing a shoulder press, we're kneeling on a Swiss ball while we do it. So you're not just, now you've brought in, you're still working your, now, your groins, your abs, those little muscles are always working to keep you stable. And so you're getting a lot out of each exercise. And that's been, like I said, that's been a fun part that I've incorporated over the last few years of my training in Kelowna.
Devin, I got some big-time questions about these new Wild players that you guys traded for in the offseason, but one more on this subject. There's a declaration of the players that the NHL just came out with, and it's pretty cool. I think it says, hey, kids, go play more than one sport. Specialization is not necessarily a good thing. What do you think of that?
I saw it. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. It sounds like it's pretty good, but that's one thing I think that is awesome about if you look at hockey players, and I don't want to say this that other sports aren't the same way, but hockey players usually grow up playing a ton of different sports, and it's so important because if you just play hockey, I mean, there's so many things that you can get out of baseball and soccer and just coordination and basically athletic ability that, especially as a kid, is so important. Because if you just specialize in hockey, I mean, you're going to have some strange balance issues as you go, because hockey's a funny sport. Forward or goalie, you're on stilts and you're tilted down one way every time you play. So it's important to do lots of other things and just get that athletic ability, especially as a kid.
All right, man. Training camp, first practice is Friday. Give me a couple of guys you're excited to see for the first time that Wild fans maybe haven't seen yet.
Oh, that's tough to say. I mean, we had a couple guys just have awesome years,
right?
And we're rewarded for it. I mean, you look at Granlund and Nino. Those guys had great years, and they're still young. I mean, they're gonna continue to go up. I'm excited to see what we're definitely gonna miss Pominville and Scandella, but I'm very excited to see. I think the fans are gonna love watching Ennis. He's incredibly skilled and shifty, and he's a lot of fun to watch. And same with Foligno. I mean, he's a big man. He's a big, strong boy, and he plays hard. And that's Minnesota fans are gonna appreciate that.
Hey, Dev, last year you guys got it rolling. I think you won 13 in a row.
Yep.
That's a pretty massive win streak in the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you get bounced in the first round. Somewhat of a disappointment after a winning streak like that. I mean, it looked like you guys were headed straight to the finals. What have you learned? What did you take away from that going into this year that will help you kind of avoid those types of stumbles in this season?
It was a great season. It was a lot of fun. It's funny. Everybody always says winning's fun, and that's about the truest thing you could say. But even just getting in a winning streak like that, and you learn how to have a winning streak like that, and just take it game to game. And it doesn't matter if you've won 9 in a row, lost 2, won 10. The next game you approach the same way. And we have a great combination of young guys and experienced guys that we were able to do that. And I mean, we got pretty much the same group. Like I said, we're definitely miss the guys that went, but I think Chuck did a great job of getting some guys to fill in, and it's gonna be fun. We should be capable of that again. We're
talking to Minnesota Wild All-Star goalie Devan Dubnyk. And Dev, how good can you guys be this year? I mean, Vegas believes in you. The One Hunnit Podcast believes in you.
Yes, sir.
How good can you guys be this year?
Well, we need to continue to go, and I mean, we had a great regular season last year. Obviously, we want to. The goal is always to make the playoffs. Making the playoffs is not an easy thing to do. You can't ever look past that. It's a long, hard season, and come time getting there, we want to make that next step come playoff time, but like I said, there's 82 games, and we'll concentrate on game one and move forward to make sure playoffs. And from there, we get the ability to take that next step. We got a great group in there, so I'm excited to get going again.
All right, man. Thank you, Devin. That's it. We appreciate you coming on the old GoMN One Hunnit Podcast. Let's go wild, baby.
Thank you, Dev.
Let's pump it up this year, man.
Can't wait.
All right, thanks, dude.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Devan Dubnyk, man.
You did it
Dude,
again.
I forgot to get him to say, hey, what's up? This is Minnesota Wild goalie Devan Dubnyk, and you're listening to the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
You forgot again.
God, that pisses me off, actually.
But we do have this guy.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, what's up? This is Byron Buxton from the Minnesota Twins, and you're listening to the 100 Podcast.
Little pitch, a swing and a fly ball. Left field and deep. Back it goes. Deep it goes. It's gone! The Twins walk it off again. This time it's Buxton. Number 15. And the Twins prevail in 10 for the second straight night. This time it's 3-2.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, there's some magic beans floating around that Twins clubhouse this year. How special has this season been?
Dude, he clobbered that thing.
Yeah. Back-to-back walk-off home runs for the Twins. And let's talk playoff positioning, because right now, I have zero worries the Twins are going to make the playoffs. Are you as non-nervous as I am?
I don't know, man. They've got a huge road stretch coming up.
Yeah,
it
is big.
They got to go to New York.
Yes,
right?
On Monday they're there.
Yeah. Then they got to go to Detroit.
Yeah, where they struggle.
And then they got to go to Cleveland, who by that time will have won 77 games in a row.
No, I did the math. It's 31 games in a row, potentially, for the Indians by the time the Twins get there September 26th.
Listen, you and I both...
That's the least of my concern. The Indians are the least of my concern right now.
You and I both know the Twins aren't catching the Indians. But
Nobody's
how
catching the
sweet
Indians.
would it be to wreck that winning streak at their house?
Well, it'd be 31, so it's like at that point you're just like throw your hands up. Who cares when they lose? Actually, you know what?
Tito's probably hoping they lose.
It was that. Yeah, Tito, Terry Francona. They call him Tito.
Yeah.
Derek Falvey's a good friend of his, by the way.
Is he?
And you know who's a friend of Derek Falvey?
We are.
That's right.
That's right.
He
Friend
was
of
on
the show, baby.
You can download it on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or all kinds of places.
everywhere, man.
Man, just search GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
That's right.
And also download that Devan Dubnyk 101 special feature that's coming up as well. So check it out. It's going to be awesome.
It's
going to
be great.
Page.
I've heard a preview.
But here's the thing. The Twins, to me, are 100% locks, barring a freaking major meltdown, to get into the playoffs as a wild card. And it's either going to be the second wild card or the first wild card. And that's going to be determined by that Yankees series next week. But that's the only thing that Yankees series is going to determine. Let me throw this at you right now and make you feel good, okay?
All right.
All the Twins have to do is this. It's simple. Excuse me. 16 games to go in the season, Friday night, starting then, right? If they go 9-7 over those 16 games, seems pretty easy when you have 7 games left against the freaking Tigers and 3 against the Blue Jays.
True.
That's just 10 games you could easily win them all.
Justin Verlander-less Tiger squad.
Just go 9-7 over those final 16 games. That forces the Angels to go 12-4 over the remainder of the season just to force a game 163, which the Twins would have home field advantage in. Think about that. You play basically 500 baseball, and the Angels have to play 750 baseball. It's so difficult to come back from 3 back this late in the season, and that's the situation the Twins are in right now. And that, my friend, is why I have no nerves about this club.
He's a beast! He's a beast! He's a beast! A beast! Beast!
I'm telling you, you're almost stunned. You can't even speak.
I don't know. Here's what I believe.
What do you believe?
I think they go to New York,
Okay.
overtake the Yankees.
That'd be a sweep. They'd have to sweep.
It's happening. Something about this squad. I mean, they go out two nights ago and score 16.
Yeah.
Then they get a walk-off.
Yeah.
From Rosario. Who probably swung so hard he left his left shoe at the home plate.
He did the who's that cartoon character that spins in circles? The Tasmanian Devil thing.
It's been a long time since I watched cartoons, my man.
Yeah.
But then Buxton last night, that Toronto Blue Jays guy went no. He tested him.
Yeah.
He kind of tested him a little bit.
Yeah.
He tested Buck's manhood.
Yeah.
And that ball came off the bat at 103.5 miles an hour.
And you see what he did after he hit that thing?
Yeah.
He watched it.
He pimped it.
He pimped it.
He did.
He didn't big pimp it by throwing the bat.
Nah.
But he watched it and pimped it.
But he pointed at the dugout.
Oh, yeah.
So what I always feel, as a baseball guy, I always feel like he probably told somebody in the dugout, if I get a chance, I'm going, see ya. And when he hit it, he pointed at somebody in the dugout, and it was I told you so.
I bet you it was Rosario.
Probably.
He'd be like, you got one yesterday, I got one today.
Yeah.
You know what, though?
Walk-off celebrations in baseball are the absolute best.
You're right. This team, there's something very special happening right now.
Yeah.
If you go back to when this thing turned around, look at the schedule. You look at the Twins' schedule, ESPN.com, wherever you want to check it out. They were 52-56 on the morning of August 6th. I did a story about this on GoMN.com on the sports page. On August 6th, they turned it around. And that was 5 days after they had a players-only meeting after Brandon Kinsler and Jaime Garcia were traded. They were pissed. They go 2-2 in their next 4, and then starting August 6th until today, they've gone 25-13. That's the second-best record in the American League behind only the Cleveland Indians, who have gone 32-7 during that stretch. Remarkable baseball.
I got something else for you.
Yeah.
Since Independence Day, and you got the Twins 4th of July hat on.
Yeah, I do.
So in honor of that, our guy, Mr. Official Buck himself,
Yes.
is hitting 329
Dang.
with a 370 on base percentage.
That's all right. I'll take that.
Slugging 600.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Listen,
Triples, robbing homers, hitting homers, stealing bases.
but I'm going to tell you this: as a guy who grew up in the mid to late '90s, watching Andrew Jones
Yeah.
struggle at the plate at times,
Yeah.
Twins fans don't appreciate Byron Buxton yet because they don't appreciate what he does in the field.
Well, I think they do. It's just that they kind of confuse what he does in the field with the slumps he has at the plate. But I think those slumps are going away.
But it's hard to understand guys like that, Buxton and Andrew Jones, and those guys who constantly, on a day-to-day basis, save your pitchers earned run average.
Yeah.
I bet if you talk to the starting staffs of those in the heyday of Andrew Jones, those, Maddox and Glavine and Smoltz, and you talk to Santana and Jose Barrios and Gibson, they will tell you, listen, they love having a guy because you know what? They save you, literally say, yeah, okay, I got a 3.5 ERA, but if it weren't for Byron Buxton, it'd be 4.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be in the position we're in.
No, you're right.
So now that he's hitting, dude, this guy, and I texted you this earlier when I woke up and saw the walk-off.
Yeah.
He is an absolute superstar in this league.
I think he's one of 2, maybe 3 guys in baseball that are true threats to be 30-30 guys. And the 40-40 days, they're pretty much gone.
Probably.
Trout, every now and again, maybe. Trout 30-30, though, is even a stretch some years, because some years he doesn't have a lot of steals. Other years he's right around 30 home runs. This year he might get there. Buxton is a 30 home run guy, I think, and he's definitely a 30 stolen base guy if he has a full season of a 370 on base percentage, which he's going to do.
But I think he can be, and I don't even know if this is a thing, I'm going to make it one. He's a 30-50 guy.
50 steals, he's capable of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's capable of that. And if he's hitting in the 5-hole and driving in runs like he has since basically the start of August or mid-July after he got back from that nagging injury, he might drive in 100 runs.
He may.
Batting 5th.
Yes.
Which seems like a really nice spot for him. And mind you, this is all happening with Miguel Sano out with an injury. He hasn't played in 25 games. His season might be over.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
But I'm not even concerned.
Right.
Anyway, the Twins are going to the playoffs. I feel very confident about that.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And we're going.
Dang right we're going. I already booked. Joe Polad's my boss. He works for the Twins. He basically is the Twins. I said, Joe Po, man, what time's that flight to New York leave for game 160? Game 1 of the wild card playoff? And he's like, I'll talk to you later.
I saw Joe last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I said hi to him.
Where was he?
At Breck.
Oh, of course, all you Breckies over there. Okay.
Yeah.
I
said, what
works.
up, Joe? He said, who you?
yeah, probably true.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Twins are going to the playoffs.
Let's fade this music and talk about something extremely concerning to me. We got D2 on the phone here. All right, D2, man. You've got the story. Sam Bradford's knee is apparently a concern. We're recording our podcast right now, and we have no idea what the hell is going on. We see the Vikings are holding a press conference about it. You zipped down there from your 5-star estate in Minneapolis, and what's going on, man? What's up with Sam Bradford's knee?
In typical Mike Zimmer fashion, he did not confirm or deny Adam Schefter's report that Sam Bradford underwent an MRI on a left knee, the same knee that he had a couple ACL surgeries on. He anticipates Bradford will start, and so he should be good to go on Sunday. But, I mean, it's typical Mike Zimmer of him to just not really say anything to the media until, the cards really fall. But he anticipates Sam Bradford will be under center when the Vikings play the Steelers on Sunday.
So basically what happens is Sam Bradford was limited in practice all week after his Player of the Week performance in Week 1 against the Saints. And then all of a sudden we find out that, he's got this nagging knee injury, but it's not a big deal. And then Schefter drops one on freaking Twitter on Friday morning. And then all of a sudden it's panic mode. The Vikings had to call an emergency press conference to tell us nothing?
Pretty much. I mean, I think it was a planned press conference. It was planned at 12:30, and it was pretty brief. It wasn't much more of Sam Bradford. He also anticipates Anthony Barr will play, who's also banged up in practice and just sitting out. So Barr is also, he thinks he'll be good to go as well. It should be huge for the Vikings going up against the Steelers offense. But yeah, he anticipates Bradford will start. It's too bad because he's coming off his best performance of his flipping life last Monday night, and if he can't go, you're gonna have the Case Keenum show in Pittsburgh, which I've seen plenty of Case Keenum shows, and it's been canceled many times. So I don't think that'd be a recipe for success if you're the Vikings. So yeah, hopefully Sam Bradford can go.
I mean, we're talking about a guy with 2 reconstructed ACLs, so it's not like out of the question, that Sam Bradford has a knee injury. But
yeah, true, good point.
You know what I mean? So when you hear knee and you hear Sam Bradford, you got to have some concern.
Yeah, exactly, and that's been that's why everyone made a fuss about him being limited and sitting out practice earlier this week. And I think everyone kind of just thought, well, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, let's wait till Thursday and Friday, because then if you're sitting out practice by Friday, Saturday before you're traveling, then yeah, it's probably an area of concern. But now that it's been 3 days, and apparently Adam Schefter's reporting that he had an MRI, it's just typical Vikings for everything to go right 1 week and then everything to be flipped on you, and things aren't going your way. So hopefully he's healthy. But yeah, he needs that knee. He's had some shoulder injuries before too, so he's been a little bit injury prone. We haven't seen that with the Vikings. He's luckily been healthy enough to start in every game, but it's it would not be a fun time on Sunday if he can't go.
Yeah, so appreciate the on-site reporting. As we close here and let you go, Joe had an X-ray. Have him text you the picture of that.
I will. I'll text you that. Inside joke. We cannot play it anywhere else because it's super, super funny. It's too funny for the radio. But,
yep.
All right, man. Appreciate it, D2. I'll see you back here at the office.
All right. We'll see you guys. Keep it 100.
Yeah, we always do. All right, man. D2 from Winter Park, where the Vikings have their last year of facilities there. Man, let's close the show like this. Let's
do it.
That's called fear-mongering by Adam Schefter.
This is it.
I mean, I'm not worried about Bradford's knee one bit yet, okay?
This is how they get Teddy back.
Dude, it's so fun because everyone's like, oh, man, Teddy's got no chance now that Bradford's lighting it up. We're 1 week into Bradford lighting it up. Let's just all, pull up the pants a little bit, tighten that belt, and say, hold on. Let's see it for 16 games.
I don't think it's in views, but I told you the Bradford performance is encouraging, but it's more of a result of the Saints' pitiful defense.
Oh, that might be the case.
Than it is how good the Vikings are. But we'll see.
Well, and that is the big question.
But anytime the Saints
can we talk for a little bit on the Vikings, though, before we do views?
Yeah, man.
Just for a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to say a couple of things. Antonio Brown is scaring the hell out of me because he's the exact type of receiver, the only kind of receiver that Xavier Rhodes struggles against. Last year, only 2 guys really got to Xavier Rhodes. One was Des Bryant, and that was because of a fluke thing, so that doesn't even count in my mind. The others, though, when you really break it down and look at it, Jordy Nelson and Golden Tate. What do they do better than most guys in the league? They run sick, crisp routes.
They do.
Those are the guys that really attack Xavier Rhodes and get the best of him. Michael Thomas, 3 catches, 54 yards. Alshon Jeffrey, 1 catch, 10 yards. T.Y. Hilton, 3 catches, 50 yards. Allen Robinson, 1 catch, 17 yards. Dez, 4 for 84 and a touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, 6 catches, 63 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 5 for 56 and a garbage time touchdown. He had no catches in the first half against the Vikes last year. Odell Beckham Jr., 3 catches, 23 yards. Kelvin Benjamin held catchless against Xavier Rhodes. He shuts these guys down, but I'm scared of Antonio Brown.
Cornerbacks are benefited by great D-lines, and the Vikings may have the best D-line in football.
Yeah, and Le'Veon Bell's going to get a rude taste of that, I think, on Sunday. I'm picking the Vikings to win. We'll get our score predictions.
You have them going 8-0.
I do.
Yeah,
8-0 to start the season.
We'll get up on that here in a minute. But
all right,
views from the Hunnit.
Yeah, let's kick it off like this. I'm going to say, give some love to the Minnesota Lynx, my man. They're 1 win from going to the finals for the 6th time in 7 years.
Absolutely. They're healthy.
Yep.
Now they got the MVP.
That's right. Sylvia Fowles.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She's the beast.
And, yeah, they're going to do it, man. A little revenge for last year.
I think so. 6 times in 7 years, that's unheard of in any
You and I
sport.
both know they should be going for the 5th title, not the 4th.
They go to the WNBA Finals more than Hopkins goes to the 4A Finals in boys basketball.
Hey, they're the New England Patriots of the WNBA.
Yeah, I like that a lot. You're 100% correct about that.
Hey, while training camp is underway, tell me a guy you're excited to see.
I'll tell you the guys that Devan Dubnyk, Wild goalie, told us to begin the show. And
Friend of
that's
the show.
the guys from the Buffalo Sabres. Back in June, before the the draft, the Wild made a trade. Sent Marco Scandella and Jason Pominville. God rest his hockey game. That thing's buried. They sent them back to Buffalo, and in return, they get this little scrapper, Tyler Ennis, who could be a 20-goal scorer, and this big guy who was 5th in the league in hits last year. More hits than David Backus, Ryan Reeves, all these guys. His name is Marcus Foligno. Look out, 6'3", 230. He's going to be a big-time left wing for the Wild this season. You have an MBA, right?
I do.
So you're smart. Kind of.
Reach mode.
But was it a smart move for the Vikings to hire a kid fresh out of Minnetonka High School as their Generation Z advisor?
I mean, I don't know what that's all about. I saw it.
It's because nobody knows how to get to millennials, and we're panicking about Generation Z already.
Yeah, but there's Generation Z kids with degrees.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There's something else to that, man.
They're weird, man.
Twins playoff.
I bet his dad knows somebody.
Probably.
Yeah.
What happens if we need a game 163?
Well, I got the scoop on this. The season ends October 1st.
Yep.
If a game 163 is needed, it'll be played the very next day. And the Twins, they would have home field advantage if they have to play that 163 against, let's say, the Angels, the Orioles, the Rangers. The only teams they wouldn't have home field advantage against would be the Rays or the Mariners, who they haven't played that well against this year.
Won't
but
matter.
I think those
Won't
guys are
matter.
out. I don't think it matters. But if there's a double tiebreaker, they play a game 164 on that Wednesday of that week. So a day after, that'd be October 3rd.
Put me on record as saying the Twins will get the number 1 wild card seed.
Okay, I'm on record with that, but it's going to be number 2. They'll play in the playoffs at Yankee Stadium for a right to play the Indians in a best of 5 series.
So, yikes.
Yeah, that's scary. Anyway, hey, D2, we just talked to him on the phone.
We did.
He did a story on the 03 Gopher football team and how they melted down against Michigan. Remember that? We were up by 21 in the fourth quarter and lost 38-35. Do you remember anything about that game?
I do. Okay, it was in the Dome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I remember
Friday night.
Lawrence Maroney. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Keep going.
Marion Barber.
He was there.
Yep.
Thomas Tepay.
Thomas Tepay. And who was the kick returner? He's the guy I know the most about.
Oh, is it
Tell me the name.
Ellerson? No, he was earlier. Kick returner.
Yeah, he had a great name. And we came down here to watch. I was in North Dakota at the time. Came down here to watch the Gophers play, and they lose. And we go out on Dinkytown, walking around, making fun of all the Gopher fans. Literally, me and a couple friends from the military did that. Yeah. But I can't remember his name. But that's all I remember.
Well, there were 10 guys on that Gopher football team that eventually went to the NFL. Think about that. 1 year, 10 guys from a Big Ten, little tiny Gopher team that would have gone to the NFL. 7 of them got drafted. Had the Gophers won that game, they probably go to the Rose Bowl. Instead, we're still looking at a 60-year Rose Bowl drought.
Stephon Marbury. You've heard it.
Yeah, man.
He wants to make a comeback.
He does.
He's my age.
Yes.
He's 40.
You're old, man.
Thanks.
He wants to make a comeback to the NBA. And you made a good point before the show. The Wolves, they could simply go pick him up when they play a couple of exhibition games against the Warriors in China this year.
Yeah.
They could just bring him back. They could get his museum that's dedicated to him, all the movies that are being made about him, and that statue he's got out in the middle of Chinese Square or whatever it's called.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Come on, man.
Tyus Jones is the backup. Let's all calm down here in Minnesota.
Let's leave it like that.
Anyway, it sounds like your DSGB down south Georgia boy faithful put the South in South Bend last Saturday.
Yeah, man, look here, man. So, Georgia fans, I call them the best in the country.
Yeah.
And if you got any question about that after last Saturday, Georgia fans, now South Bend holds about 78,000 people. 35 to 40,000 estimated were in red and black last Saturday.
Right.
When the game was over, they all stayed around, and that place was loud. It was barking.
It really was.
Not only did we take over South Bend, we took over Wrigley Field, too. I don't know if you saw it. Vince Dooley threw out the first pitch.
I don't know who that is.
He coached Herschel Walker, won the last Georgia national title.
Yeah, never heard of him.
So Wrigley knew what was up. Threw out the first pitch, and the whole place called the dogs. It went nuts. It was awesome. It was a lot of red and black in Chicago, a lot of red and black in South Bend. I'm a proud dog fan,
Nobody cares about Notre Dame football anymore.
Georgia football. You will when we're going to the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
Put it down.
Okay.
Put it down.
Give me one. Hit me with what you got. What's your best shot here?
Tell me about this story you wrote about the epic 7 days in October where I go ahead and I guess need to take a week off of work.
Dude, seriously, this is sick. Listen to this. It's a 7-day stretch. Thursday, October 12th until Wednesday, October 18th. Here's your sporting options, all right? Thursday, Game 3 of the year, Wild at Blackhawks. First meeting, division rivals. Sweet. Friday, October 13th. Not only is that a haunted day, but the Twins could be playing Game 1 of the ALCS that night. Now, they have to get there, but it's possible. Anything is possible. That could be there. We do know for sure Gophers play Penn State in what should be a Big Ten hockey rivalry this year. The next day, Gophers Penn State again, along with Wild at home against Columbus. Game 2 of the ALCS, Gophers Michigan State in Big Ten football. Dang. And then Sunday, it's Vikings Packers October 15th. And for all you soccer freaks out there, the LA Galaxy are hosting the Minnesota United. And then you roll into Monday, Tuesday, you've got Game 3 and Game 4 of the ALCS.
Jeez.
The Twins might be playing in those. And then Wednesday, the Wolves open the season at San Antonio. That's October 18th, and you could have Game 5 of the ALCS. Think about that right there, man. Take a week off and attend like 4 or 5 of those, you would be set for life.
You're going to need to borrow some money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ain't gonna be able to afford those.
That is epic.
I'll give you one here. Fill in the blank. Cleveland Indians. Their 22-game winning streak is
epic.
Okay, that was easy enough.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna come up with something more creative.
Man, look,
you ain't got it.
Yeah, man, that's all I got, man.
Your vocabulary is slight.
It is. I'm a DSGB, baby. Hey, Shabazz Muhammad. He tweeted out, "I'm back, Minnesota."
Yeah, I think we need to get him on the podcast. By the way, we can use the Peter Parker hookup from Go 95.3. Big time hip hop guy, Shabazz. He comes to some of the Go shows around here.
Yeah.
I think we can get him in the house.
We can do that, or I got a hookup.
That's a nice bench player for the league minimum, by the way.
I got a hookup.
Oh, yeah. You got your buddy Jamal Crawford. Could just be like, hey, come walk over to across the street, over to this Ford Center here in Minneapolis, and come talk to these guys.
Yeah.
I like that. Adrian Peterson. His death stare, Sean Payton on the sideline. Now he comes out on Thursday this week and says, quote, I wasn't planning on playing only 9 snaps.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of pissed off right now.
He looked mad. He had his chin strap strapped on so tight on the sideline when they showed him.
Pop off like a dandelion.
He was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed.
And I don't care what he says or what he said to Sean Payton. The way Sean Payton turned around lets you know.
Oh, exactly.
That wasn't cool.
It was Payton's reaction.
Yeah,
he wasn't having
absolutely.
That. There's a place where the players have to stop. Otherwise, you become a malcontent and you're off the team. So and you ruin the whole locker room vibe.
The Monday night crew said something, and it let me know exactly how this thing's going to play out. They said Sean Payton had, I think it was more than 20 packages on offense. Listen, that means there ain't but about 15 plays max for a team for a guy like Adrian Peterson on any given game.
Yeah, that ain't good, man. And especially when you're trailing.
Well, especially when you're playing, because he can't block and can't catch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And
he sees it's like playing 10 on 11 when it's a passing situation and he's on the field.
The real question becomes, Week 6, where's Adrian Peterson?
Yeah. It's a lot more fun and easy to talk trash about Adrian Peterson when he doesn't play here anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I just wanted to toe that line and believe there's some ability outside of running the ball in there, but I don't think there is. He's just a brick wall, man. He'll run through you, but he can't catch.
Dalvin Cook, he was like, AP who?
Yeah, 127 up that booty, man.
Check it out, man. Did you see? This was crazy. The worst play in football history. The La Tech game.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Bad snap turned into an 87-yard loss, and it was like 3rd and 93.
Yeah, bad snap gets kicked all the way to the other end of the field. I actually did a story on that. The video is incredible. If you have not seen it, go to GoMN.com, search La Tech or worst play ever. You'll probably find it. That was an unbelievable situation.
Yeah.
This is cool. I love this. The NBA might change the way it handles the draft. Instead of a lottery, well, they'll keep the lottery, but the top 3 worst records would all have a equal 14% chance at the number 1 pick. It's due time to change that, right?
Yeah, it's got to be, man, because you got to get rid of the tanking. It's just awful.
Yeah, man.
Makes it unwatchable.
Yeah, it's got to happen
and it's not
soon.
fair, man.
Exactly.
So they're also, NBA's also proposing to give Commissioner Adam Silver the power to fine teams for resting players, healthy players, multiple players on nationally televised games.
Yeah, it's about time, too.
I love
it's still about the fans.
Yes.
You can't forget that. You can talk about health all you want, but if you don't want to play, then maybe you shouldn't get paid $125 million.
Put them on the injury list or play them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know it's all business, but that's just what I'm trying to say. Hey, give me a high school football team you're excited about in Minnesota right now.
Man, I'm excited about my Centennial Cougars, man. Last week, the defending 6A champs coming to the Cougars den and take a beating, right?
Totino Grace?
Totino Grace came in there and got whopped.
Oh, man.
I think they were number 3 at the time.
Yeah, is Centennial for real?
I don't know, man. They're playing well. You know, our buddy coaches the offensive line up there, and they basically lost everybody, so he's replaced the whole line. They changed offenses, changed offense coordinators, but, you know, Mike Diggins got the kids believing, got them playing hard. And you never know. They got Anoka coming up this week, so probably going to move to 3-0.
Yeah.
But then they get tough. They got STMA.
Oh, St. Michael Alphaville.
Yep.
They're the beasts, man.
So
They're very good.
They got them. They've got East Ridge on the schedule.
Okay.
Yep. They've got Blaine, Osseo. Yeah.
Ooh,
so
that
the
is
schedule will
nasty.
get tough, but hey, starting 3-0 is all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Give me
what I mean?
one. Give me one.
Here we go, man. Will Cleveland lose between now and the time the Twins play them on September the 26th?
I'm going to look at their schedule, and I'll tell you right now. No, they'll be riding a 31-game winning streak.
You think
and they've got 9 games to get that done. Here's the last names of the starting pitchers the Indians will face between now and then. Vargas, Hamill, Duffy, Skaggs, Nolasco, Bridwell, Ramirez, Moore, Leak.
That's crazy.
You've never heard. There ain't no Verlanders or Sabathias or Tanakas or Darvishes in there. They're going to keep on winning, man.
Right.
That team is for real. One word to describe Byron Buxton.
I said it earlier. Superstar.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
I'm with you.
Miguel Sano still isn't healthy.
No, and he might miss the rest of the season. His leg is swelling up after he takes batting practice.
Right.
Not good.
Crazy.
Not good. No timetable for his return.
Here we go.
Score prediction. Give it to me. Packers, Falcons, and Vikings, Steelers. Who wins?
My dad texted me, should he take the 3.5 the Packers are getting? And I said, no, Falcons win by 10 outright. Listen,
Dig it. Okay.
First game in Mercedes-Benz, home game. Listen, Julio, don't worry about the Falcons offense.
I'm not.
Chicago's grass is 9 inches long.
Yeah,
right?
that is a terrible
it's
field.
hard to go play.
Yeah.
Julio didn't play all preseason.
You have a new definition of 9 inches, by the
Right.
way, because
But
that
listen.
ain't 9 inches, big dog.
But listen, yeah, and Green Bay never does well coming south.
Yeah.
Not to Atlanta anyway. And I have said it earlier in our debate mode a couple shows ago. Love the Vikings, but they're going to go up to Pittsburgh and lose.
Vikings win probably by 2 touchdowns. And you think that's crazy, but I'm telling you right now, the Browns suck. The Steelers barely beat them. And the Vikings defense is legit, and I think the offense is legit as well. The Steelers, he ain't going to get 7 sacks without blitzing the Vikings. It's just not going to happen. The O-line has improved. We saw it. I believe the Vikings win by 2 touchdowns.
The O-line was still bad.
And I'm with you.
The O-line was bad.
I'm with you. The Packers defense is not nearly as good as they were against the Seahawks.
Oh, my gosh.
And they get exposed by the Falcons this week.
You know what that game, the Packers-Seahawks, told me more than it did about the Packers?
What?
Seahawks are done.
It might be the case, yeah.
Seahawks
that
are
was
done.
really, really
Yeah.
bad.
Seahawks
that
are
was
done.
really bad. Pete Carroll, pack those bags, man. You know how that works when you suck after being good for a while.
Russell Wilson doesn't scare anyone anymore.
It scares me. Yeah. Honestly, I think the Seahawks are fine. I don't think they're done. I'm not on that bandwagon. Hey, man,
Great show.
check out our full interview with Devan Dubnyk. We have an extended feature. You can see it in the list you're looking
What's
at
it
right
called,
now.
baby?
It's called 101. a special feature and production of the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
That's right.
It's all about his family. Meaningful,
It's great, man.
deep stuff. It's really,
great.
it might make you cry.
It's great. It's 5 minutes of the best listening. Listen, you will ever
7 minutes.
hear. Is it 7?
Yeah.
7.
But it feels like 5.
It felt like
It feels
5.
so good.
It was great, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. Yeah.
All right,
great,
man.
great job on that. Hey,
You got to go. I got to
run.
Let's
I gotta go to my
let's
friend
go watch some
Detail.
football.
Hey, before we go though, I'm headed over to Details Barber Lounge to get my hair cut.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention it on the last show. I told him I would say it today.
Oh, Details.
Real quick. Yeah. Labor Day.
Yeah.
My man Ant Chapman, Details Barber Lounge, 1171 West 7th Street in St. Paul.
Yeah.
Get your hair cut there.
It's a good spot. Right by the X almost.
They gave
Not far.
away free haircuts to kids on Labor Day before school started. Yeah. Props. Listen.
Hey, that's a good spot.
71 haircuts and 30 full book bags of school supplies.
Wow. And he just gave up $1,500 cash
Dude,
just like that.
on a day off, on Labor Day.
Yeah, good for him, man.
So that was awesome, man.
Ant Chapman, man.
Yeah, shout out, baby. Yeah.
He's as good as they
so
come.
if you're listening to this show and you need a haircut, call him up, baby. Look him up, Google him, find him, and get your haircut
He's
there.
a friend of the show. He cut our hair. He did a great job.
Yeah, he did,
on
man. And we're going to do a show with our friend Jamal Crawford from the Barbershop. Coming up soon,
time.
baby.
Let's try and get him and Greg Jennings and Stephon Diggs all in there at the same time. Diggsy already gets his
Oh,
haircut there.
Listen, when Diggs took his helmet off on the sideline Monday night, guess who cut his hair that day?
That was an Ant
That was
Chapman
Ant Chapman
style.
haircut. That little part inside. That's
All
why
right,
he
man.
was a beast.
All right, do
man.
your thing. I got to go.
Yes, sir, man. All right, man. As usual, man, we changed the show, but at the end of the day, I'm still great. And you all right.